All right, breaking right now, I want to take you back to Pennsylvania where we have an ongoing tornado warning and intensifying storm for sure, and one to take seriously. The environment ahead is very favorable for this storm to get more organized and possibly put down a tornado if it hasn't already. So please take this warning seriously. One tornado warning, but it's in a very heavily populated area. We're talking eastern Pennsylvania, portions of the Philadelphia metro area. Now, Philly proper, no warning for you, and the city looks to be safe. This is pretty far to the northwest, but it is moving off towards the east, so it is going to come across portions of the Philadelphia metro area. Let's zoom in hyper-local here, and this is near the West Brandywine area of Philly, just north of U.S. Highway 322 and south of I-76. So if you're familiar with this area, you got a little bit of a notch right in there. That is the inflow, right? And then there's your wraparound moisture, so you're getting that circulation, you're getting that rotation, certainly looking healthier than even the last couple of scans. And we're pretty close to the radar site. So essentially, this is a low profile view of this storm, and that's oftentimes more indicative of what's actually happening on the ground. Now, we haven't had any confirmations of a tornado yet or a funnel cloud, but that doesn't mean we don't have one. And we certainly have notable rotation right in there. It's not as, textbook style yet, but it certainly couldn't mean it couldn't get that way, especially given downstream as this moves off towards the east. It's heading into even more favorable conditions to intensify, to develop a stronger tornado if it were to touch down. Places here around East Whiteland, Pennsylvania, 5:08 p.m. So we're within that 10-15 minute window. Ideally, you want to get, if you're in this tornado warning, if you're in any of these communities or cities you see here, Phoenixville, Tredyffin, you want to get into a basement, lowest level of your home, most interior room, put as many walls between you and the outside as you can, and just wait that storm out. You never know when this is going to touch down, and you don't want to be caught exposed outside waiting for the storm and it touched down with you having just a few seconds to find shelter. So these things are always you can outlive them if you do it right and safe. And so please be careful as you go downstream. Of course, Philly, a metro area, you got rush hour people on the roads, you got the World Cup match that is about to begin in about 9 minutes. Now, thankfully, where the World Cup's being played, looks like we're not going to get in on that tornado warning, but still dangerous regardless, and a dangerous evening ahead for some of these areas. Now, I take you up to New York City. Look at this batch of rain that just came through. I mean, we're talking very hefty rainfall rates. It's not even a severe thunderstorm. Temperatures here have cooled down to the 60s, but the rainfall rates alone have been impressive. Let's take a live look at New York and just show you how things are unfolding. You can see Times Square, we're actually getting visibility back, so it's lightening up a little bit. It doesn't look like the nighttime shot we saw 10 minutes ago, and then visibility improving here on the skyline as well. So the rainfall rates are starting to lighten up a little bit, but still could have some big puddles there, drainage issues, especially in urban areas like New York City with that kind of rainfall rate. So flooding could be a possibility, and severe weather can continue to be an issue as we work through the rest of the evening. We are under a severe thunderstorm watch. It includes New Jersey, areas here into southern Pennsylvania, and then also down into Virginia and Maryland, Baltimore, Washington, D.C. are under a severe thunderstorm watch. That goes until 9 p.m. Local time. We'll continue to track those storms. We'll also keep an eye to the southeast as well. Storms in northern Alabama, they're being warned on for damaging wind, and some of that may make it into the Atlanta metro area. And then a severe thunderstorm warning here with a new tornado warning, which just touched down just south of Pittsburgh. So eastern Pennsylvania, you've got a tornado warning, and we have another tornado warning now near Mount Pleasant. This is in Fayette and Washington counties, southwestern portions of Pennsylvania. This is near the city of California, Pennsylvania. This storm just getting its act together. So notice it's not like the cell we're tracking in Philadelphia where it's more isolated. This is a line of severe storms. So more of a damaging wind potential, but sometimes you get these little spin ups. And a lot of times these types of tornadoes, they're short-lived. They're usually a little weaker, but they can still cause quite a bit of damage if it were to touch down. But you never know exactly when that will happen when you're dealing with a QLCS type setup. So this is a line to watch, and damaging winds regardless. So this is the storm you want to get inside, even if you're not under a tornado warning. Tracking this off towards the southeast. These storms are moving off towards the southeast or east-southeast. At about 35 to 40 miles per hour. They have produced some heavy rain too, so we have flash flooding underway in portions of Pennsylvania and also southern Ohio, south of Cambridge. So a lot of activity here, and that's just the eastern seaboard. We got more severe weather firing up into the plains. That'll be another active spot for the country this evening, and we'll continue to track all the travel delays. Timing this out, notice that line of storms coming through Atlanta later this evening, and then still some ongoing showers and downpours in Virginia and up the I-95 corridor by the morning.